Hey YouTube, Incendar here. This will be part 3 of the node setup series or playlist I'm doing. I'll put a link down in description, so if you already know this one, which will be where to get timbers, you can look down there in the playlist and see, if you want to look at excavations, or I'm going to add probably ore, one for alchemy. I already have one for cooking, and a few other as time goes on. Timbers are pretty good for either grinder players or life skill players. For grinders, you can just set workers to them and just sell the raw materials outright for quick passive income. And for life skillers, timbers are great for making timber crates and also a lot of different items workers make. One item in particular coming up is the battleship, of course, which uses pine timber. Unfortunately, you can't get logs from any of these nodes. Maybe someday in the future you can. But for now, I will pull up Incendar.com, which I'm still working on and trying to make a little better. And this is a pretty quick way to find any nodes you want. Ash timber. And one thing you'll notice about all the timber is it really helps out with alchemy too. So if you're going to go, I'm going to do another video for alchemy, but if you're into alchemy, you'll probably want a lot of these different timber nodes, especially the ones with the sap, spirit leaves, bloody tree knots. There's a lot of different things for alchemy. So we can see all these are pretty much in the starting area. Bounus. So let me turn that off. Okay, so I'll pull up the map here. And on the top right here, just click the economy thing or production node display. Alright, so we'll start up here. Right outside of Valia. Bounus Forest. Ash Timber and Spirit Leaf. These are all pretty low contribution costing nodes too, which is really nice. There's another one up here at the hill. Ash Sap, Ash Timber. Goblin Caves got one. And Wolf Hills. So all pretty low contribution, easy to get. I usually throw workers on a lot of these timbers, and sometimes I'll just sell them outright or make crates. But you'll always get seals and your workers will be leveling up, so kind of worth it. Okay, Acacia timber, which would be Stonetail Wasteland, is a little over here in Medaya. You can see these are going to cost a good deal of contribution to get the ones you're particularly interested in. Acacia timber, acacia sap, and bloody tree knot up with this one. If you're having problems with contribution, check out my power leveling contribution or power leveling cooking alchemy videos. Okay, for birch, we've got a couple different options here. Most are over here by Calpheon. We got Three Tree Ruins, which is a little north of Calpheon. This will be Birch Timber and Birch Sap. Old Dandelion, just east of Calpheon. Birch Timber, Red Tree Lump. And Quint Hill, which is Birch Timber and Red Tree Lump. Next up, we've got White Cedar and Cedar, actually, but I will do White Cedar first. Elric Shrine over here in Medaya. This will be White Cedar Timber, White Cedar Sap, and Bloody Tree Knot. And then just north of this one, we've got Medaya Northern Highlands, which is White Cedar Timber, White Cedar Sap, and Old Tree Bark. White Cedar lately has been selling for some reason. I've just been dumping it pretty much in raw form. Of course, Old Tree Bark is also good with alchemy. For Cedar, which seems to sell really quick and has a good amount of uses, we have Longleaf Tree Forest, And this will be cedar timber and especially cedar sap, which is an important one for alchemy. Then we got lumberjack's rest area, and all these seem to be pretty much south of Calpheon. And this one's cedar timber and spirit leaf. And OZ Pass, which is just east of Calpheon, which is cedar timber and monk's branch. So you're starting to see a pattern here with all the different secondary materials that you want to use humans for, and that'll help a lot with alchemy, or you can just outright sell them. Okay, so for elder tree timber, an elder tree sap, which I don't really think that this is. I know elder tree sap. I don't know anything that's used in currently, but I'm sure in the future it will be in something. So you might want to pick these nodes up. They are in Valencia. I don't have them picked up currently. I'm going to get out there when I do one of the node videos on Valencia. Elder tree timber is in a few items, I believe, like desert wagons, but I haven't really gotten into that either, but it might be a reasonable idea to stock up on some of this stuff just in case it's something important in the future. But if your priorities are probably better spent, you know, over here on sure things for now. Okay, for fir timber, and especially another really important thing, fir sap. We've got a couple different nodes, and most of them are over here in Calpheon region. First up, Mancha Forest. Really good one. You get fir timber, but you also get fir sap. And then just over here, southeast of that one, south of Calpheon, Fonial's Cabin. This one's also got fir timber and especially fir sap. So that fir sap's a rare proc on both of these humans. And we've got Trent Forest, which is just down here, a little north of Trent. Bloody Tree Nut, pretty good one. And fir timber, of course. So those are pretty good nodes to have for the fir. The fir sap's always going to sell, or you'll be using it. And of course, fir timber sells pretty well too. Okay, next up we have maple timber, which you can also sell as a base ingredient or raw material, but also develop further with processing. Some decent secondary stuff with these. I'll start with Bloody Monastery. This is around Heidel. Actually, don't have that one open, but that's maple timber and red tree lump. Castle Ruins, which is just over here. And that's maple timber and maple sap. Forest of Seclusion. Which is just up here southwest of Velia. This one will be Monk's Branch and maple timber. Medaya Northern Highlands. You'll be getting maple timber with maple sap. And then another one in Serendia, just west of Heidel here. Northern Plain of Serendia. This one actually gives maple timber and red tree lump. So I guess that and the monastery aren't really a high concern because the red tree lump isn't really used in too much stuff and easily obtainable. But the maple sap and Monk's Branch on Castle Ruins, Forest of Seclusion, and Medaya Northern Highlands, probably worth it, especially for alchemists. Okay, another really good one is pine timber. And there's actually two nodes for this, and one gives pine sap and one gives Monk's Branch. It's a little further out of the way, so you'll need to build up some contribution. If you are going for Battleship, this is a good way to get the pine timber if you don't like to manually harvest trees. So down here, Marie Cave, you get pine timber and pine sap. And the other one is Serendia Shrine, which is just south of Heidel. And in this one, you're going to get pine timber and Monk's Branch. So if you have the contribution, I would most likely get these two, since you're going to be able to sell the pine timber at the very least. And if you're building a battleship, really easy way to get the pine timber that you're going to need, which is a lot. So Serenity Shrine and Murray Cave. Okay, so that pretty much covers up all the different timber nodes. Usually I just sell a lot of the raw timber, since it takes a considerable amount of time to process it into plywood to make into trade crates. But if you're not really into life skills, you know, just sell all the timber. And if you're into life skills, want to level up your processing, make timber crates. Making planks and plywood is good for a lot of different worker stuff, so you'll know which one you need by what item you want to make. I hope this helps you out. I will put out some more in this series to find all the different nodes. And subscribe to get any updates. And thanks a lot for watching.